Corey, I need to speak to you. Respond immediately. Corey!
Why are you messaging me out of the blue after all these years? Anyway, I'm at work right now.
Do you think I care? Everybody knows you're a good-for-nothing salary thief. I doubt anyone at your company would care about the most useless employee there using his phone on shift.
Don't be ridiculous. These are peak busy hours.
Enough of your whining. Just be quiet and listen to me, boy.
Damn it. I just told everyone I'm heading out for my lunch break. What do you want?
Patricia's getting married.
Oh, you're messaging me about that? She told me herself.
I see. That girl always was incredibly upright and honest. To think she'd even go out of her way to let her failure of a big brother know about her wedding. She makes me so proud. I take it you also heard about her fiancé working at a major IT company with a very high salary too?
Yes, I know. Andy, right?
Ah, fantastic. In that case, I won't have to endure speaking to you for very long. I'll get straight to the point. Make sure you do not show up at Patricia and Andrew's wedding under any circumstances.
Huh? Wouldn't it be a little weird if I didn't go to my own sister's wedding?
Don't worry, I'll deal with that. I plan on telling him and his family that we haven't seen or heard from you since you ran away from home after graduating high school.
What the hell? I ran away? You kicked me out! They're obviously gonna see through such a bare-faced lie.
Not if I get the story straight with Patricia before we tell them together.
Come on, they're gonna know!
Look, Corey, just think about this for a moment, will you? Andrew graduated with high honors at Apple University. That makes him elite, cream of the crop, creme de la creme. Not only that, but the IT company he works for is currently one of the fastest growing startups in America. It was even in the news lately. He probably makes more money in a day than you do in 1 year. Can you imagine how embarrassing it would be if him and his family found out about his wife's big brother being a tragic high school graduate? I could faint just thinking about it. You need to work with us on this one. Do it for Patricia and her future. You owe her this.
Mom, why do you despise me so much? Fine. Maybe you could say that Patricia was always the more gifted one. She's pretty and intelligent. She always got the best grades in class. She's got the brains and the beauty. I get it. But even so, what kind of mother discriminates and plays favorites with her own kids?
Where on earth is this nonsense coming from after all this time? If I do favor Patricia, it's only because she accepts my love for her. She's cute, charming, polite, respectful, and she never talks back to me.
Look, Mom, I know she's all those things. I'm proud to call her my sister. But that doesn't justify you treating me with contempt. You speak to me like I'm a piece of dirt on your shoe. I don't have to put up with this.
I remember why we went years without speaking all of a sudden. I say you haven't changed a bit. You still insist on answering me back at every opportunity. You call yourself a man. It's about time you stopped acting like such an effeminate pansy. Getting jealous over your sister's brains and good looks? Pathetic.
I'm not jealous at all.
Anyway, do not come to the wedding. Do you have any idea how much shame and embarrassment you caused our family by not going to university? My son, the high school graduate. Ugh, I feel nauseous just saying it.
The only reason I didn't go to university is because you took all the money I earned at my part-time job. I was saving up especially to go to a prestigious university. It's not like I wanted to stop at high school.
This is what you get for neglecting your studies in favor of some poxy part-time job.
I hardly had a choice, did I? You made it abundantly clear you wouldn't be paying my tuition fees. I maintained above-average grades at high school the whole time I was there. I graduated among the top 5%. Who's the one who stole every cent of the money Dad left me when you guys divorced, that money was meant to send me to university! If you didn't spend all my damn money on holidays and expensive restaurants, I would have gone to university just like I always intended to!
Pathetic. You know how effeminate you sound, grumbling and complaining about the past like some upset child. Do I have 2 daughters? The bottom line here is that you are not invited to Patricia's wedding. I'll cut off all ties with you if you dare to show up. I mean it. This conversation is over.
Mom, wait!
I have nothing more to say to you. Sup, big bro? How's it going? You just got off work, right? Is now a good time to talk?
Hey, Patricia. Sure, I'm on the train back home right now. What's up?
I wanted to talk about the wedding.
Huh? With me?
Well, you see, I was wondering something. Mom and Dad are divorced now, right? Well, I was wondering if you'd do me the honor of walking me down the aisle and giving me away? I've talked it through with Andy. He thinks it's a great idea, too. Sure! The bride has to be given away at the wedding, right? Don't worry, I've spoken to Dad, and he's on board with it, too.
Wait, so does this mean Dad can't come?
Yeah. Ideally, I wanted him to be there for my big day. But his new wife's heavily pregnant right now, and the wedding just so happens to coincide with the week she's set to go into labor. So as much as he wants to come, it would be super difficult for him.
I see. That is awkward.
He told me to pass on a message. Corey, it pains me that I can't be there, but I'm counting on you. Do me proud, son.
I see.
Corey, are you okay? You don't seem that excited.
It's not that. It's just... Look, there's a chance I might not be able to come to the wedding.
What? Why? Wait, no way. Did Mom say something to you?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes, she did.
Ugh! I want to know exactly what she told you. Spill it! Whether you give me away or not, you absolutely have to be at my wedding. I can't get married with my dad and my big brother not there. Me and Andy want you to be there, so who cares what she thinks? Just ignore her.
Thanks. That means a lot. She told me not to go to your wedding under any circumstances. She threatened to cut me out of her life if I didn't do what she said.
What? Oh my god.
Apparently, she intends on explaining it away by saying I pulled a vanishing act after graduating high school, and no one's heard from me since.
What the heck is she playing at? Even though she's the one who kicked you out? This makes no sense. Besides, you and Andy have known each other since way back, so why would she even bother trying to lie? Did you explain that to her?
No. At the time she gave me the order, I still hadn't heard anything from you and Andy, and I didn't want to cause any trouble. So I held back on telling Mom anything.
I see. Listen, Corey, I guess I understand you not telling Mom you guys know each other. Back when I introduced Andy to Mom, I also made a point of not mentioning that you and him were friends.
So I held back on telling Mom anything. I see. Because that would have led to her figuring out where I work, right?
Right. Having her pester you about money is the last thing you need. I never would have suspected in a million years she'd try and pull anything this crazy, though. This is surprising even for her.
No kidding. So what do we do? On the one hand, I'm expected to attend due to my position at work, while on the other, Mom is absolutely insistent that I don't come.
Listen, Corey.
Yeah?
Be honest. Would you really care if you never saw or heard from her again? Don't you think it might actually be for the best? To tell you the truth, I've been considering it myself for a while. I'm thinking of telling her I want nothing more to do with her after the wedding. Me and Andy discussed it with his parents, and we all agree it's the right thing to do.
Really?
Yes. I've always hated the way she looks down her nose at you and judges everyone based on what university they happen to or didn't happen to graduate. To think she'd drag her hateful worldview into what should be the happiest day of my life disgusts me. Family or not, there are some lines that should never be crossed. My patience with her has reached its limits, and I want her to know about it.
Patricia!
Anyway, make your preparations for the wedding day, okay? Because you are absolutely coming. Me and Andy will drag you to the church by your ankles if we have to. Leave the rest to us. Just ignore anything else Mom says to you. She isn't even worth the time it takes to read her messages.
Got it. I most definitely do not want to get ankle dragged. I'll be there. Thanks, sis. Sorry to trouble you guys with all this.
Don't be silly. There's only one person causing trouble here. But she won't be able to for much longer. Catch you later, bro.
What do you want?
Corey! What's going on? I didn't know Patricia's wedding was today!
Oh yeah. You said Aunt Petunia messaged you, right?
Yes! That was the last message I expected to get from my sister! I've been trying desperately to get through to Patricia to figure out what the hell's going on, but she won't pick up! Do you know about this? If so, explain immediately!
Explain? Okay, here's your explanation. Patricia and Andy got married today. How's that? That satisfy you?
No. I know that. I want to know why they got married without telling me. It's downright criminal for a mother not to be invited to her own daughter's wedding. Downright criminal, I tell you. I demand an explanation.
Nope. Sorry, Mom. I hate to break it to you, but no crime has been committed. Actually, there's no problem with it at all.
Excuse me? Surely Andrew's parents don't see it that way.
Far from it, actually. They completely and wholeheartedly agreed.
They agreed? Why?
I wonder if it had anything to do with you, I don't know, banning me from my own sister's wedding.
Huh? How could that be? I explained to them that we hadn't heard from them since you ran away after graduating high school.
Shall I just tell you? I guess I may as well. It's not like I have any reason to keep it a secret anymore. I'm Andy's, Patricia's husband's, boss!
What? What kind of fairy tale land are you living in? Snap out of it, son. You graduated from a public high school in Detroit, and your first job was on a production line at a fish factory. Get real, Corey. How could a fish-packing high school graduate possibly land a managerial job at a major IT company? Have you lost your mind? You're living at cuckoo land.
I got a new job.
A new job?
It seems like your image of me got frozen in time. After you kicked me out when I graduated high school, do you have any idea how many years ago that was?
No matter how many years pass, you'll always be a high school graduate.
I was studying programming. You know, the subject I wanted to pick at the university you prevented me from going to. The whole time I worked packing fish on that production line. After that, I landed a job at the IT company I had my sights on for years after getting through selection and passing their coding trial with flying colors. Then 2 years later, Andy joined the company.
What?
I was the one who introduced him to Patricia.
No way. You're making it all up. This can't be real.
Want to know one of the reasons I like Andy and his parents so much? Because they treat people with respect and decency regardless of their educational background.
Wait, so this means my story about you running away
was a complete waste of time and made you look like a deranged sociopath? Yup. In fact, it had the complete opposite effect.
Huh? What do you mean?
Did you really think they were just gonna look the other way when they found out how awfully you'd been treating your own son? Andy, his parents, his grandparents, and of course Patricia, were all furious. As a condition of them getting married, Patricia and I agreed to cut you out of our lives once and for all, like the malignant tumor you are.
Cut me out of your lives?
That's why no one told you anything about the wedding today. And that's why you couldn't get through to Patricia. That will be the case from now on, until forever, by the way. So you may as well just give up. The only reason I didn't block your number is because I figured I'd have to explain everything to you at some point.
Oh my god. Cutting me out of your lives? Isn't this a bit extreme, son? You're my children, my babies! Not just that, but I thought I might be able to see your dad again after all these years at the wedding.
Ah, don't worry. Dad wasn't there.
Huh? Why not?
Patricia did ask him to come. She would have loved for him to be there. But his new wife is due to go into labor, and no matter how hard they tried, they just couldn't hit upon a scenario in which he could go to the wedding and not potentially miss the birth.
His new wife? Labor? Your father got married again?
Yep. I think it was about 6 years ago now.
That long ago?
Apparently, this will be their second child. They already have a 3-year-old.
I had no idea. No one told me about any of this.
You seem surprisingly shocked that Dad got remarried. No way. You weren't thinking of trying to start over with him, were you?
Well...
Actually, forget it. I don't care. To get back on point, the situation with Patricia's wedding was exactly as I explained. Now, since I had the nerve to go, thus disobeying your orders, we can finally break off all contact, just like you wanted.
Wait a second, just wait. This is all too extreme. You don't have to do this. We can go back to being one big happy family, can't we? We can, can't we?
Were we ever really a happy family, Mom? You have the rest of your life to think about that. Our minds are made up. Any final words?
You can come back and live with me at the family home.
What?
You have no idea how proud I am for you for working so hard and landing such an amazing job, son. I always knew you'd make it into the big leagues one day. My mother's instincts told me so. I'm over the moon for you, I really am. I think I might cry, I'm so proud.
Interesting. Are those the same mother's instincts that told you to kick me out and steal my tuition fees? You appear to have done quite the 180.
Huh?
I didn't think it was possible, but you're so fickle, I'm actually even more disgusted with you. If you're gonna be a poisonous witch, at least be consistent. Now you're a poisonous witch with no spine!
No, I mean it. I'm being sincere, son.
Where did you learn that word? I didn't think it was even in your vocabulary! Let's face it, you're only after my money. And if my suspicions are correct, before you found out I had a well-paying job at a prestigious company, your plan was to patch things up with Dad at the wedding, so you had access to another walking wallet to feed and clothe you. Either that, or you were plotting to sponge off Patricia and Andy after the wedding. Did I hit the bullseye? Which one is it? Probably both, right? It's good to keep your options open after all. Back here in the real world, even if we weren't disowning you, you would have never succeeded, because everyone knows exactly how toxic you are. I'm willing to call the money you stole from me a settlement for breaking off the relationship. Never contact me again. Goodbye. And that was the story of how my sister and I broke off relations with our mom. She always had some bad spending habits, and that was why my dad divorced her all those years ago. Patricia and I were still in middle school at the time, and we really wanted to go with him, but given the fact his job meant he regularly had to go away on business trips, it wasn't realistic, so we gave up on the idea. We were left no choice but to go into the custody of the Wicked Witch. We're both adults now, though. My sister lived at home with my mom a lot longer than I did. It was refreshing to see the look of pure relief on her face when she finally moved out and declared, "I'm free." Now our mom is alone. After the whole affair with the wedding, we left her in the care of her sister, our Aunt Petunia. She told us she intended to drill into her the discipline and life skills required to work and get by in the world on her own. That might sound harsh, but the truth is, she hasn't had a single job in her life. She only has herself to blame. All I can say is, good luck, Mom!
Jenny, happy birthday! So, you turned 29 today, but nowadays they say life starts at 30. Recently I've been thinking, 29 is a great age. I want to see you again. Can you please contact me? Did you see my text? Please reply. You may be playing hard to get, but I'm hurt.
Sorry, I was sleeping. Thank you for your message. You didn't need to send me a message on my birthday, but thank you. I don't want to see you. Excuse me.
Jenny! Thank you for your reply. Why are you so cold toward me? There's this great restaurant. I'd love to take you there. How about tonight? I've already made the reservation. Let's celebrate your birthday. Just the two of us.
Thank you very much, but I will not go to any restaurant with you. Goodbye.
Hold on a sec.
I need to get ready for work. Excuse me.
I understand. Text me after work. Or are you still angry about what happened in the past?
I'm not angry about anything.
Brr! Can you warm up to me like before? Remember how happy we were?
Were we happy?
We were! Come on, Jenny. Come back to me before it's too late. Hurry. Let's love each other again.
Ew, how gross. What do you mean, before it's too late?
You only have 1 year before you turn 30.
Oh, the age thing. That's why we broke up. Do you remember?
Of course I do. I was young and foolish. Forgive me for saying such a stupid thing. I really am sorry. Can we talk about it?
You were young. As I recall, you were 33 then, right? You are 10 years my senior. At 33, you were older than I am now.
I know. There was something wrong with me then.
As I recall, you said you only date women under the age of 25. How outrageous! I remember seeing a lovely elderly couple during one of our dates, and I remarked how lovely they were. To be so in love and hold hands at their age. Your reply? I'll leave you when you're old, so enjoy yourself until you turn 25. I still remember what you said.
If you still remember what I said, I'm sure I still have a place in your heart. If you think about me so much, why haven't you replied to any of the birthday texts I send you every year?
I send you a reply, a single text every year. When I received the birthday texts after I turned 26, I thought, wow, he's broadened the age range for his romantic interests.
That's right. The person who made me change my mind is you, Jenny. It's because of you. I thought I could be with women up to the age of 30.
Is that so?
I even joined a dating service, but all the girls are ugly.
Come again?
When I think of all those ugly young women, I think that you, Jenny, even when you age, would be far more desirable. Haven't I matured?
No comment.
I think perhaps I really love you. all you. Which is why age does not matter. So tonight I reserved your favorite French restaurant.
That is unfortunate because I've decided to celebrate my birthday at home, so I won't be joining you anywhere.
Really? You're going to celebrate it at home?
Yes, my family has arranged something for me.
Your family? Jenny, you're 29 now. Isn't it about time to find a dashing gentleman to take you out to dinner at an age-appropriate restaurant? Like someone like me. Your parents will be relieved you found someone. I know. Should I come over to meet your parents?
Excuse me? Please don't.
Don't be shy.
I think you've misunderstood. By family, I'm referring to my husband and child.
What? Husband? Child? Whose husband and child?
Of course, my husband and my child.
Are you married and you have a child?
Yes. There's nothing wrong with me having a child. I am 29 after all. It's been 6 years since we broke up. Did you honestly think I stayed home every night waiting for you? I met a guy, we fell in love and got married. After some time, I had my husband's child. By the way, I'm currently pregnant with my second child.
That can't be. I've been waiting for you this whole time. I'm still in love with you, Jenny.
Thank you very much. I also love myself. I love my husband and son very much. We're all happy. But I guess, Ryan, you aren't happy.
What do you mean? Just because you're married, it doesn't give you the right to be rude to me. I told you I've joined a dating service to find a far superior partner than washed up, nearly 30-year-old you. I want someone who's beautiful and well-spoken, like a supermodel. In fact, last night I met this great girl in her early 20s. I went to a mixer organized by the dating service, and all the women there were head over heels in love with me. So I don't need you.
Is that so? Well, I don't need you either. So your words don't bother me at all. But I have a question. Is your dating service called Love for One, Love for All?
Yes, it is.
One of the girls at work, she's also using that service. She told me she went to the mixer last night as well.
The one for Love for One, Love for All.
Yes. She was telling me about this guy. He was this really desperate man, around 40. He forced her to exchange their contact details. She told me his name was Ryan. I didn't give it much thought when she told me, but is that guy you, Ryan?
That can't be. I'm not desperate. What's your friend's name?
Her name's Mindy. She started this fall. She's just graduated university and is really, really cute. She told me that desperate old man said to her in a really loud voice, "A woman is only desirable until the age of 25. She told me all the women at the party were totally repulsed by him. I don't think he knew most of the women there were over 25. Can you believe how obnoxious this guy must have sounded? It really isn't you, Ryan?
I didn't say that, I think.
Of course not. I mean, you may have said it when you dated me at age 33, but you're 39 now. There is no way you still think you're a catch. You have more sense now, right?
You know, you're the one who's obnoxious. The value of men increases with age. There's a certain chivalry that comes with age. But women, your value goes down as you age.
You're the only one that thinks like that. I already know the desperate old man Mindy met last night was you, Ryan. She showed me the chat history, and I saw the sender has the same icon as you, Ryan.
It's a coincidence.
It's your own fantasy that the value of men increases with age. Let me make it clear. It depends on the person. And Mindy told me you became fat and a little bald. You were so good looking in the past. I can't believe you let yourself go. I was a little disappointed. I'm glad I decided to never see you again.
I'm not balding or fat. I was bloated yesterday, and my hair, it's just thinning a bit.
Even your excuses are pathetic. And I saw the messages you sent Mindy. They reek of desperation.
What? She showed you our chat history. This is why I hate stupid women. Young women, they know nothing about respecting their elders.
When you put it like that, you sound really old.
What do you mean? I'm still 39. I'm not even 40 yet. How dare you call me old? Just because you're married, do you think you're better than me?
You know how you said you made dinner reservations for me? I heard you invited Mindy out for dinner as well. It's apparent anyone will do. If that's not desperation, I don't know what it is. Mindy told me you wouldn't leave her alone last night. As a result, the mixer last night was a bust for her. She was really upset about it this morning at work. In the future, could you please try to be a little more considerate and let the girls find their dream boyfriends? Not just some middle-aged nightmare leech.
I'm not a nightmare. I'm sure she's thrilled I paid so much attention to her. Jenny, you used to be so happy whenever I texted you.
Back when we dated, yes, but it was so long ago, I don't really remember. But now you're just this desperate old man who texts me. Anyhow, about Mindy, just because she doesn't reply to your texts, it doesn't give you the right to send her threatening messages. In fact, she could report you to the police.
I never threatened her. I know she's seen the messages, but she doesn't reply.
Well, I've advised her to go to the police and report you as a stalker.
Me? A stalker? There's no way I need to stalk anyone.
Then you should quit bothering her before it gets out of hand. She can report you to the dating agency as well. Then how would you ever find your dream girl? Whom you would date until she turns 25, right? Why don't you stop living in your fantasy world and face reality, you dirty, pathetic old man? Ryan continued to text Jenny, but she blocked him, so those texts were never received. Ryan wanted to know if what Jenny said about Mindy was true, so he continued texting, even calling Mindy. This led to Mindy reporting him to the dating service. Jenny had a great birthday, celebrating it with her husband and son. But Ryan couldn't accept that, so he waited for her all night at Jenny's ex-favorite French restaurant. While he was waiting for Jenny, Ryan received a message. It was from the dating service banning him from ever using their services again. Ryan was too full of himself, and his obsession with the age of his partner stole any chance he may have had at happiness.